Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, More Ash, of course, the Gumbo Show, baby. We are live again for another amazing show. I am in the building. I have a special guest today, and I'm going to jump right into it. I am here with none other than DJ PrimeTime, my family, and my fleet DJ colleague. How are you this Saturday?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime, anytime. I appreciate you wanting to be on the platform, and I'm looking forward to talking about all the things that you have going on and getting to know a little bit more about yourself and your upcoming endeavors. So I'm gonna jump right into this. Shout out to anybody that is looking or watching us on live. We are on YouTube live right now. The live stream will remain up for about an hour after the interview, and then we will remove the live stream and post the edited final interview on next Friday, which will be the 22nd. So I'm gonna jump right into this. I had a chance to look over the information that you sent to me, just some brief information about yourself, which I appreciate you providing to me. And before I, jump deep into it, I want to just start off and just ask you, number one, what is the prime time experience?
The primetime experience is just my musical knowledge over the years of songs that have made me feel good over the years, brought me through some good times, through some bad times. And I just put them all together to give everybody a chance to experience what goes on in the mind of primetime musically. You
Hmm.
know,
And how did you get the name DJ Primetime?
I was always a fan of Deion Sanders.
Okay.
I always thought he used the wrong uniform because I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, but I just liked his the way he moved.
Hmm.
He had his showmanship, the way that he just did his thing. I was always a fan of his, so I just took the name.
Took the name. I love that. So I read a little bit about your backstory and how you got started into DJing. So tell me, who is DJ Cutmaster Al T to you?
That's my guy.
Okay.
Um, we grew up together in the Bronx. At first, I was an MC. I really wasn't a DJ. He was
Okay.
DJ for our MC crew. Um, but I always used to watch him like just go through his flow, the way he did things, and it always like intrigued me. But I never
Hmm.
really got into it until later on, like maybe 5 or 10 years later. I asked him. I was like, "Yo, like, can you show me how to do that?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course. You my man. Of course, I'm gonna show you." So he set me on the path as far as music is concerned. And watching him do parties and helping him bring the records and all of that stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
you had an opportunity to see it firsthand.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So he was definitely the first one to expose me to how that goes, like
Hmm.
as far as the flow. He
Yeah.
didn't necessarily tell me how to do it. He just showed me what to do, and then he would let me know, nah, that's not right. Nah, you
Yeah.
gotta do it this way. Now you gotta add this.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
mhm.
I think it's always great when especially you have a passion for something, but when you have a mentor or somebody that's there willing to teach you and kind of guide you through it and not necessarily want to charge for everything, it kind of helps to be able to, have somebody to shadow and have somebody that you can see that's actually successful doing what you want to do. And then it helps you to take in all of those things like a sponge and then kind of create it in your own way. So, you take things from different experiences and things that you see from different people and then you make it your own. It's like a recipe. Like nobody's chicken is going to be the same. We are going to have our own flavors or seasonings or way that we do things. So
Right.
I think that that's very interesting. um Tell me, what is it about music specifically that inspired you to be a DJ, or what genre of music maybe that it was that you heard that made you really want to be like, okay, I'd rather be a DJ and play the music.
Well, music has always been like company for me because as a kid, I always stayed in trouble. So my best friend
Hmm.
was a little small radio, and the different genres I kind of gravitated to them all. I really didn't have like one favorite genre. Like I gravitated to hip hop, of course, because I'm from the birthplace of it. But
Yeah.
but even back then, they were playing everything, you know.
Mhm.
So you can hear Phil Collins with Michael Jackson, or you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
it was not put in a box, so to speak. So the music that I gravitated to was whatever made me feel kind of like, damn, I don't know why I like that. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
like,
Feel
you can't
that.
really pinpoint what it is that you like about the song. You just know that you like the song, and
Mhm.
it sticks with you. So over those decades, um, there's been a lot of songs that have been put in that spot, so to speak, with me.
Makes sense to me.
Not too
So,
much heavy metal though. Let me say that there's not a lot of heavy metal songs that I can gravitate to, but there are a few. There are a
right, but pretty much any other genre.
few. Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense to me. So, I do know my history with hip hop, and I do know that you are from where it originated. But I also know that within the five elements of hip hop, DJing happens to be number two. And so, with that being said, how do you feel that DJs continue to contribute to hip hop despite all of like the social and streaming sites and the new age ways that we have nowadays to break records?
Hmm. DJ number two. That's interesting. That some people may think that it's number two.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, as it was listed is how I
right.
know that the
Okay.
five
Okay.
elements are, but
Yeah,
they
as it was
listed it as number
listed, but as personally, me personally,
2. Hmm.
um, if it wasn't for those DJs that took the chance to even take their sets out and be exposed to the public like that in that beginning infancy stage of hip hop,
Yeah.
there wouldn't be no hip hop. Over the years, watching people's reaction, you kind of get an idea of, you know what, if I like this, maybe one or two people like that, and if the right one or
Hmm.
two people like that, then now you're kind of like a tastemaker for that hit. It
Hmm.
doesn't work all the time though,
Hmm.
but you have to, DJs back then, the ones that I watched, didn't have a problem taking that chance.
Yeah.
They didn't really worry about whether everybody liked it or not. If they liked it, I'm pretty sure, the thought process, like, and I think like that too sometimes. Like, if I like it, out of all these billions of people that are out here, I know at least one person is gonna like it.
Like it.
I'm good right
Hmm.
there. As long as one person
Hmm.
likes it, besides me, I'm not a man on an island. I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
I heard something one time. I was watching something. I don't know. It was like a meme or something on Instagram, but it was somebody talking, and he was saying like how you have different types of DJs, and he was like, you have DJs that break records, and then you have DJs that play records, and he's like, you have to know the difference. Not all DJs break records or even know how. So he was explaining different tactics that you have to use when you're breaking a record. So he was saying, like, if you're in a, high volume environment, you have to wait until the club is like at its high, and then you bring that record in, and then you follow it up with another well known or high volumed record. So that way it kind of keeps the momentum of the club, and they kind of almost don't even notice that it's a non syndicated or an unknown song. You know what I mean? So that was something that I learned that I didn't know because I'm not a DJ, but I thought that that was interesting and it made sense. Um,
and
so I,
radio DJs have the luxury of breaking records
mm-hmm,
without having to worry about whether or not they're gonna lose whatever crowd that they're paid to service.
yeah,
So, because when I do my show on the radio, I kind of take more chances with stuff, and they'll call me, "Yo, what was that that you played?" And it's like, man, I'll let them know, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know why I was grooving to it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know who it
yeah,
was, but it was groove." So
mm-hmm,
that gives us the luxury to be a little bit more flexible as far as that's concerned. But yeah, if you're playing live, you definitely want to sandwich them in
mm-hmm,
with the more notable stuff, so that way, and talking it in helps,
yeah,
letting them know that this is something that you may or may not know. But with the social media the way it is now, there's a lot of records that you may think that people don't know, but you throw it on and be like, oh damn, these
they
people
know it,
actually
yeah,
know this record. Yeah, like this record is known. Okay,
and
cool.
take into consideration that every time, I mean, each record was new at some point. So at some point, every record had never been heard and it had to be broken. Even the best ones right now that are still timeless, they had
Mhm.
to be broken at one point. So that's a very
So,
good point. So I had read that you were in an MC group
yeah,
back in the 80s, huh?
yeah,
Talk to me
yeah.
about that.
Shouts out to my man Shamel and C Just, uh, and Cut Master IT. He was our DJ. Um, we were, just young kids in the Bronx, just sitting down, writing records, challenging each other, doing the routines. In the staircases, out in the house, we would be, Al's mom's was such a godsend because we would have all kind of noise up in the house, and she was
She
just,
wouldn't
I
bother you.
guess she was just cool with the fact that we wasn't on the streets wilding out,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, but yeah, that was fun. That was fun, man. House parties and you know the early days, the good
Yeah,
stuff, the nostalgia. You know,
that's
brings a
cool. That's
smile to my face all the time.
see that being a good experience to have.
Mhm.
Um, so a lot of times I feel like when people are running businesses and you're a DJ, so essentially that's your business, right? Um, we go through things as business owners,
Mhm.
and something that you have put in your bio that really, really stuck out to me and that I could relate to was that you had lost all of your equipment
Mhm.
back in early 2000.
Mhm.
And the reason I can relate to that is because, I've been doing this independent journey of, my show and my network for about 3 years now. And I've lost two studios during the process of that, but I still continue to find a way and continue to push and find a way to continue my show and to continue filming and things of that nature. So when I read that and I saw that you said that you got a lot of it back or as much of it as you could back by 2014, I was like, wow, that's a 14-year gap there.
Yeah.
So talk to me about number one, the feeling of losing all of your equipment, how your mind state was, and then talk to me about the journey of getting it back and how you maintained during that time frame.
The feeling when it was lost was damn. Just when I was about to like really start gaining that traction that I wanted to, like I had everything that I needed at the time, and was continually growing. And then when it got lost, it was like, damn, was this even really meant for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, was I
Mhm.
really supposed to do this? You start having different questions. So the time gap that came in, it was like I blinked, and the next thing I know, it was like mad time. A lot of music went by, so I couldn't get access to all that music like that.
Mhm.
So, and then the digital age came in, and things were different, and I came used to using turntables, and now I'm seeing something that's not moving. It threw me off. So it was a whole learning curve
Yeah.
as far as getting the music was something that was an easier thing to do. So it was like, man, I don't have to go reaching around for all these records, and plus the record stores were closing, uh,
Yeah.
so everything was going digital. So it was just I had to come to grips with that, and then the amount of DJs that were coming out and what they were doing. I was like, oh, okay, I got a lot of catching up to do. So you know,
Hmm.
and I still do, but the mindset, like when I was there, I waffled back and forth with even if it is for me or should I even try to continue. But they
Mhm.
kept calling me back, like,
Yeah.
come on
Because
back.
it's passion. And
Yeah.
I do feel like, you're going to have those feelings of discouragement, as you travel through your whatever your perspective journey is of your talent. Um, because majority of the things that, especially what we do, is basically entrepreneurship, and it's rough, when you're trying to like really figure out how to capitalize and make it a business, but you're also still trying to create and, make the content and, keep be consistent because that plays a part too, especially with all of the things that are out there right now and people have the option to watch and tune into so many different things. So um what does the mobile DJ and podcast business that you're creating look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah, like what is the layout for it, or what is your idea for how it will run for you?
Uh,
How are you bringing the two together?
that's still formulating. um, because you have to be careful with how you bring out certain content as far as like the music and stuff is concerned. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to be honest with you, I really want to gravitate more toward the independents, the indies that are not so, I don't know. I don't
No,
want to say known because I don't know how known or known
they
or
are.
unknown they
Yeah.
are. So I kind of want to deal with that because it's a feeling. It's more of a feeling of the show.
Yeah.
Like I want you to feel good that you even took your time out of your busy day to even listen to a show like mine. So
Mhm.
I want to kind of marry the two together,
Which
if that
goes back
makes
to
sense.
the experience.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Mhm. I like that.
Experience me, and hopefully, you enjoy my experience, and maybe my experience is similar to yours, and like mine.
Yeah. So I know one of the things that was really important to you is mental health. Talk to me about number one, the importance of mental health to you. And number two, do you feel that mental health issues can be prevented nowadays?
Let me attack the first part of the question first. The reason I'm gonna go into why I'm kind of there with the mental health thing. In 2021, um, my wife and I were in a nearly fatal accident
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
in our transportation business. So that was a mental thing that I've never experienced. Um, there was so many mixed emotions, like happy to be here, but at the same time, it's like, okay, my life has changed now. Um, things are looked at differently. Um, depression sometimes set in because you're not the same, you
Yeah.
know. It's a life changing experience. So it's so subliminal and it's so like subconscious. Like you think that you're good, but when you're going through like, rehab and all of that stuff, it takes a toll. It
Yeah.
takes a toll. I questioned everything that I was doing. And it just like the mental health thing, I never really looked at that like it was a thing for me. I
Mhm.
knew it was a thing, but I didn't think it was a thing for me
Yeah.
until that happened. And then it
Mhm.
was like you're down
Right
with
at your door.
you're down with
Mhm.
humanity too. Like you have things that can go there with you. So, so that, I look at that like I never really question how somebody's thinking or feeling because you never know what they're
Yeah.
going through.
Mhm.
So you gotta give people that latitude. On that note, that's why
Yeah.
the mental health thing is there for me because I have an experience that affected mine, not detrimentally, thank God, but
Yeah.
it's affected mine. And the second part of the question is, can it be
Do
helped or
you think that mental health issues can be prevented?
that? I know, not prevented because life happens
Mhm.
and different things will affect your mental health in different ways depending on the situation.
Mhm. I also
You
feel
know,
like
yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
mean to cut you off. No, I was
No,
just
you
gonna say I also feel like a lot of times people just try to suppress it. So even if you put it in the back and you act like it didn't happen, you're still dealing with it. You still
Yeah,
have
absolutely,
that mental trauma from it. You're just not addressing it, if that makes
absolutely,
sense. So
absolutely. So yeah, it depending on if you live in a bubble and you don't live life, then yeah, you can prevent mental health all day long. But if you out here just living, something's gonna affect you in some way or another.
mhm.
So no, I don't think it could be prevented. It can be mitigated if that's the proper word. It can
Mhm.
be, the blow can be lessened if you seek the proper method to do it. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you got to snap yourself out of your own mental things that you have going on. Like you can
Yeah.
make $1 million if you're not ready to come up out of that. It's not gonna work,
Mhm. I
in
agree.
my humble opinion.
Yeah. What can you say is your most proudest moment?
Proudest moment,
Mhm.
musically or just in general,
Just in general.
walking away from that accident, recovering from that accident, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's awesome. And then the second answer, or the second question, you're probably going to have a similar answer too, but it's what are you most grateful for?
Life.
I figured you were going to say that after that.
No question about it.
Speaking of life, what is the meaning of life to you?
Meaning of life.
To you.
To me, never take for granted the moments, every moment that you take a breath. There's just too much that could go on to distract you from the real gift, which is a breath.
Hmm.
So, everybody has different thought process. I'm not a philosopher or nothing like that, but I
Yeah.
just know, like in my own skin,
Yeah.
it's like if I find it hard not to laugh every day because of what I came through. So, that's the
And
thing.
just being grateful and
Just
enjoying
going through the
yourself.
motions. I'm just visiting.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to
We
stay out
all
the way
are.
of stuff that'll take me out of here early.
We all are. So, you know me. I like to play games.
Yeah.
So I want to play this or that,
All
where
right.
I'm just going to give you two options, and however you feel, whichever one, you just pick one, and it doesn't matter. It's whatever it is to you.
Ain't drink champs because I'll probably be drinking a lot.
uh,
Nah,
all
man.
right, you
Shout out to
ready?
Nori. Shout out to Nori. What's going on?
Yeah, shout out
Any
to
of
Nori.
any
All
of
right, all right. So here we go. Dining in or dining out?
dining in.
Okay. Laptop or tablet?
Laptop.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Driver or passenger?
Driver for sure.
I'm the opposite. I'm the passenger.
I love to travel. That's why I drive. Well,
Summer or winter?
summer for sure.
Farm life or city life?
I don't know farm life like that, so that's easy. City life. Cut out.
Text or call?
Call.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Shoes or slippers?
Shoes.
A playlist or a podcast?
Podcast.
Movie or TV show?
Oh man. Movie or TV show, depending on what TV show it is. But yeah, I gravitate probably more toward TV shows.
Okay. iOS or Android?
Oh, you would go there. Oh my God. Uh, I'm better with Android.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Love or money?
Can I love money? I'm
Mm.
just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Money is such a thing that doesn't really have that much importance unless you need it for real.
Hmm.
Uh, love is a difficult thing to master. So love
Weekend or weekday?
doesn't matter to me.
All the same.
It doesn't matter to me.
Truck or car?
Depending on what I have to do. I mean, I know that's not an answer.
It's not.
I drive like trucking is my second love because it gives me, it afforded me a great life,
Yeah.
and it's like being a paid tourist.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of love for trucks, like big trucks.
Yeah.
But as far as like personal trucker car, I like trucks, man.
Okay.
I like trucks.
Facebook or Instagram?
Oh,
Yeah.
Instagram,
I'm an Instagram girl too. Sweet or salty?
salty,
Singing or dancing?
singing or dancing.
Hmm.
Oh, you don't want me singing, dancing for
So
sure.
dancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't want me singing.
Asia or Europe?
Oh, Asia,
Suitcase or backpack?
backpack.
I'm a backpack person too.
Yes,
Ice
carry
cream or
on,
cake?
carry on. Uh, oh God. Really not a sweets person. If it's lactose free, I'll take the ice cream.
Movie date or dinner date?
Dinner date.
DJing or podcasting?
Oh God, you would do that to me, man. Because I got a newfound love for podcasting, so
I know.
you would do that, right?
I know that.
But DJ is my first love. I'm sorry. Yeah,
DJing.
my love for podcasting is growing, but
Yeah.
DJ stuff is always gonna be the go-to love for sure.
So speaking of podcasting, I know that, on your show you break records with the artists, or you take records from artists and you play records, you play
Mhm.
music that you love and also music that you feel other people will love. And you're going to be doing the podcasting. So for anyone watching or people that will see this later, how does one, reach out to you, sign up with you, or start to, create that list of, getting onto your show?
On Instagram, I'm at DJ Primetime 613.
Hmm.
Uh, my email is djprimetime61366 at gmail.com. Excuse me. Or you can go to my website, djprimetime.net, and there's a contact information there.
Love it. So we both
One way or the other
are
will make it happen.
make it happen, huh?
Hmm.
So we are actually brother and sister with the Fleet DJs. We Fleet DJs
Yes.
family, right? Tell me how you got started with Fleet and how being a Fleet DJ has positively affected you throughout this time.
Uh, when I was finally able to get back to work after the accident, um, I met up with Chuck Styles, who is the
Hmm.
Georgia fleet manager now. At
Hmm.
the
Shout out to
time,
Chuck.
yeah, shout out to Chuck Styles. At the time, he was an assistant manager, and just a brief conversation. We were talking. They were talking about music, so I joined in on the conversation, kind of butted myself almost into the conversation. But we were workmates at the time, so we talking. So one thing led to another. He was like, "Oh, so you DJ too?" I was like, "Yeah, I do a little something." You know what I mean? I throw little mixes out there, whatever, to people that want to humor me and listen to them. So he was like, "Well, look, you ever, been down with a coalition?" And I was like, at first, I was like, "A coalition? Like, what is that?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah. Like, he was like, "Well, look, send me a mix, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. I'll send it in and see if they like it. You know, then we'll move on from there."
Hmm.
So, I sent a little mix in, whatever. And at the time, DJ Daz was the state manager, and he was also the owner of the radio show, which was Fleet Georgia Radio at that time. It's B96 now.
Hmm.
So one thing led to another. I got into Fleet, and was basically feeling my way through, trying to figure out how they move with Fleet DJs. And then I got the opportunity to get on B96 with Daz, and the rest is history. So as far as what Fleet has, it has such a large platform. Um, I didn't realize how big they were, like
Hmm.
known, like that. That's like one of the biggest coalitions that flew under my radar forever.
Yeah.
And come to find out that a couple of DJs that I know from the skate community are actually down with Fleet, and they reached out to me. It was like, "Oh, I know you was down with Fleet." And it was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
wow." So yeah, it's a big community.
Yeah, it's dope. I think that it's dope that, it could be so many people from different parts of the world and that they don't know each other, but we all come together for
Mhm.
one general purpose and everybody has the same vision, like minds and things of that nature. So I
Mhm.
definitely think it's beneficial in general. I feel like to be a part of organization and be a part of a group because strength comes in numbers. So, when you're doing things like what we do, it's lots of DJs, it's lots of hosts, it's lots of, personalities. But when you have people vouching for you and you have, lots of people behind you supporting you and introducing you to people and putting you in different spaces, it really helps with just the networking and building, your personal book of business and knowing how to manage that.
I'm still learning that part of it, um, because I know that there's a big networking machine, so to
Hmm.
speak. I'm still working on that because sometimes I lone wolf a lot. uh,
Yeah.
for various reasons. Uh, I lone wolf a lot, so I gotta kind of go a different route, but still be
Yeah.
selective. Still be selective with who I move with. That's just
So I think
it's
for me, because I've had so many weird instances with social media connections.
mm,
Unless it's somebody that directly refers me to somebody and they like this their Instagram, DM them or something like that. I
mm,
don't typically care to build relationships via social media.
mm,
I'm more of a face to face person. So I kind of force myself to go out into, these sceneries and be in these different atmospheres where I
mm,
can meet people and network so that I can put a face with the name and people can actually know who I am before I start sending them emails and DMing
mm.
them and stuff like that or whatever. So that's my personal approach because I just feel like a lot of times you don't even know who you're talking to behind a computer. But if I can meet you in person first and then, speak to you that way, then that's fine. But I prefer to build my relationships organic still, like face to face. So
I
that's
agree.
just
I'm a firm believer in that because like just the ancient African stuff is like if you can't feel their energy, like if that energy doesn't match your energy, then
it's pointless.
don't even proceed with that because it's not gonna work out well for your inner spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, face to face always works for me. I like social settings. I just don't do enough of them
Yeah. So
lately.
before I close out, I want to ask you, what are we looking forward to? What's to come for DJ Prime Time and what should people be keeping their eyes out for?
You touched on it a little bit. The Primetime Experience podcast is coming. Um, Pretty much it's just going to be a podcast form. I'd like to do, interview style or whatever. I will be looking toward for either indie artists or writers or poets or anybody who
Type
has
of
something
talent.
that they want the world to experience coming from them will be welcome on the primetime experience.
I love
I
that.
shouldn't say that because I might get floodgates when that comes up. But yeah, we got that. I always got the primetime experience mix show on B96. Try to always make that better, skill wise and music choice wise.
Mhm.
Um, the red carpet for Yo ATL Raps here in Atlanta at the Atrium, April 27th. Looking forward to that. There's a DJ Cafe for the Southern Soul Conference in August.
Awesome.
We got that going on. And of
Mhm.
course, the Fleet DJ Conference in
In
Orlando,
July.
the
Yep.
big boy in July.
Yep. Yep.
That's something that we're looking forward to being a part of. Circumstances permitting.
Yeah. I love it. Well, I appreciate you so much for taking the time out today to speak with me and coming in and giving me, a little bit about yourself and all of your information and sharing that with all of your fans, followers, and of course, our fans and followers as well. Y'all know what it is. It's your girl, More Ash. Again, we'll leave the live stream up probably for about an hour or so, but this will come down. We will edit out the original interview and then we'll repost that and that will air next Friday, which is going to be the 22nd. And y'all can make sure y'all follow, tell them one more time, prime time, how to find you on social sites.
Well, mainly at Instagram. That's when I mainly check. It's at DJ Primetime 613. I kind of keep that central to that. I keep the other stuff like for more personal stuff. The more DJ related stuff is there. Um, and my email, djprimetime61366 at gmail.com. And of course, my website is djprimetime.net. So,
You got it. And y'all know you can find us, of course, the underscore gumbo show, or find us online at www.thegumboshow.net. You can definitely find his interview on our website or on the YouTube. Come next Friday, it'll be aired out. So, again, I want to thank you for your time today. And I'm
I
going to end the
appreciate
live
you.
stream, but if you'll hang on the line for me.
Okay. I appreciate you too. Salute to the Gumbo Show.
Let me see. We got a whole bunch of people was in here talking. So let's shout out
Okay.
your fans
Okay.
and viewers. We got Darren Jones saying that's my homie. Looking good, brother. What up, Ash? Hey, Temp. Temp's on here shouting us out. Shout out to Wanda Tharp.
Okay.
She said that you're looking good. Mental health is
Trying.
very important.
I'm trying.
Kiki Kyrie, thank you for tuning
Okay.
in.
It's my daughter.
Roberto Alicia,
Oh, that's my
I think I
guy.
said that
Yeah.
right. Okay.
That's it,
Thank you for
Papa.
for tuning in. He said, Dale Loco, what's up, Pa?
Mhm.
Temp again, Roberto again, Darren Alton McLeo,
McLeod. That's cut master
McLeod. Okay, I'm
LP.
sorry,
That's cut master.
Alton.
That's my brother.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Alton. We got Alicia on here. We
Alicia
have Miss.
May.
It just says Elecia. Alicia.
It's probably Alicia May.
Elisha. Okay. Hey, Alicia. I'm sorry if I butchered the
What's
name,
going
y'all.
on, Lily?
Tanisha Ferguson. What's up, girl?
Okay.
Andre Felder, Wanda again, Roberto again. Thank you to everybody that tuned in, that left a comment, that was engaging. We really, really appreciate that. I want to thank Prime again for being on our show. You guys can look for the final edited video, and he will also have, snippets to post as well. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream, and I hope everybody has a great Saturday.